Hello, and thank you for joining me. This is Cooking with Cod3Theory, episode 15. Tonight I'm going to do a barbecue potato bake. So what you'll need for that is either a pan, like a deep pan like this, or a skillet pan, of course. You want to preheat your oven to 350, and I have some oil in this pan. The easiest way to do this is to pre-roast your potatoes. So you just take like a regular oven pan, season potatoes with your favorite seasonings, and cook them for about 45 minutes. This is about 3 potatoes, and I also have some shredded pork here. If you wanted to go vegan, you could substitute jackfruit. I do have a pork video. In a previous video, you can see me roast and make a pork for shredded pork, or they do sell pre-shredded, like pretty much pork ready to be shredded, already done and everything in the store. You're going to need some cheese, some type of cheese, it's your choice. I'm just going to use a mixture, and some barbecue sauce. Okay, any kind of barbecue sauce you like. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take these potatoes. And oh yeah, and I also have, so I made I pre-sauteed some veggies. So this is just some red onions and some green peppers, about a half a red onion, about almost 3/4 of a green pepper. That's optional. I just like to add it to add optional flavors. If you are watching this and you're vegan and you do substitute jackfruit, you obviously definitely want to add peppers and red onions, and I would recommend kale along with that. So potatoes here, so I'm just going to make sure evenly spread these out. I'm going to add some pork. Spread that out a little bit. I'm going to add the veggies next. Okay. Nice even coat. Basically, you're going to build this potato bake kind of like nachos in a way. So you see how that's kind of, and if you don't need to fill up the whole pan unless you're feeding more than 4 people. We're only going to feed 2 or 3. Now we're going to add some barbecue sauce. Best way to drizzle any type of sauce is to do kind of like a zigzag motion. See that? Don't worry about getting too little, because we're going to add to this, so just light layers is what we're doing right now. So we're going to do cheese next. And because everything's kind of pretty much already cooked, this is only going to take, you only have to wait for the cheese. So it's only going to take 5 to 7 minutes for this, rather than from start to finish. If I did this all, it would take about 2 to 3 hours, because you'd first have to cook the potatoes and then add everything as you go. So now I'm going to do another layer of potatoes. For the potatoes, I use my regular seasonings, Montreal steak seasoning, paprika, salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, just, you know, your favorite seasonings that you like for French fries or potatoes on there. Now see, I got like a nice second layer here. Just going to do the same thing again, add more pork. Again, jackfruit if you wanted to do it vegan, dairy-free cheese or no cheese at all. I'd recommend adding kale, so that worked really well. If you're watching this, and if you're one of the girls at Pie Betta Fi House, we actually serve this pretty often, regular and vegan style. So nice even layers. I'm going to add some more of this veggie mixture here. barbecue sauce. Again, like a zigzag drizzle motion. Another layer of cheese. So in a way, this is kind of like building nachos, which is why I didn't just show you how to do everything, because some of it's pretty self-explanatory. So we're gonna do just finish up with these potatoes. Some more pork. One more drizzle of barbecue. Okay. Last layer of cheese. And like nachos, you want this to be as consistent as possible, as layered evenly as possible. Mainly that's just for presentation purposes. If you don't do it perfectly, not many people are going to see it, so it's not a big deal. So I'm going to put this in the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes just to heat the barbecue sauce, the cheese, and get everything else reheated. And when I pull it out, it'll be ready. Alright, so here's my barbecue pork potato bake. This is about 7 minutes in. Let the cheese kind of crisp up a little bit. That's just my preference. You see that? So, get down there. Yeah, pretty amazing. Pretty easy to do. Again, if you kind of pre-cook everything, that's the easiest way to do that. I guess from like an at-home cooking perspective. Wouldn't do this in like a restaurant perspective per se, but definitely the easiest way to do this at home. Thank you for joining me. You can check me out Facebook, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Instagram. That's Cod3Theory, Cod3Theory. I'll see you next time.